Middle school was low-key crazy. Like, I could sit here and talk about high school and how cool that was, which it was. There's nothing wrong with high school where I would say that it's just not cool. But I think the whole middle school experience is overlooked. Uh, for me, it was so unique. So I started middle school back in 2017-ish. Yeah. Fifth grade, of course. But the thing is, we have moved to another home, and it was a bit scary because it was a place where I never have been in my life. I didn't know anybody, so going in there completely blind was a challenge, and uh, the first few weeks were strange. During breaks, I would just I don't know, just like sit on my phone like most kids would do and just play. Eventually, there was this guy who I ended up sitting with for most classes, and he would like watch me play, and we kind of just became friends off of that. We played Minecraft a bit on phones, and then like October, or I think November-ish time, I made another friend who eventually became my true homeboy. Uh, that was that was so weird. So he and another guy were friends. He, let's call him, uh, I don't know. We just use real names. Oscar, he was also playing things on his phone. He's a bit more extroverted than me, and rightfully so. This skinny fucking guy, and while he was playing, his friend was watching him play most of the time, and if he would die or fail on those the games, he would turn and hit his friend. Now, it's not from malicious intent, but it was just funny to see on the side. And the thing that really started it all for us is when I watched him play, and I got back home, I downloaded the same exact game. Then the next day, I sat on the bench near them, and Oscar's friend said like, "Yo, he's also playing this game," and that's all it took. Back in the day, to make friends, that's all it took. If you played the same game, or to have like a very similar interest, that was all you really needed. And since then it was chaos. I also should mention that starting fifth grade, I was like #1 in class with grades, And then I got a 5 from math, and then I dropped the 5, and then I was never the same since then. No matter what year of school, I was just not good, and around that time I like really slowed down on studying, which I was already not doing much of. I kind of knew that school is not my thing since elementary, but that's another thing. So fifth grade was weird. I was one of the two new people to the class of the class I was in. Sixth grade was even wilder. So now I have friends. I have sort of established to myself. I was truly one of the best in PE. The, I would say that was a true like sporty year. Um, so there was a competition in spring, I think. So our class is 6B. There's also 6A and 6C. Now 6C is like average. There's like a few mutual friends of friends of classmates and shit. And that class is not like really good at anything. It just kind of average out. Now the real rivalry is 6A and 6B. And let me tell you, 6A is so much better at sports and really grades in general on on average. It's not even funny. However, there was a competition, I think in English we call that tug of war. My goodness, that was insane. So we went up against 6A. The first match, and it's like, okay. And we won the first round. And when I look, and what do you call it in English? In the indoor area where you do PE, that's where it happened. There was a huge audience of older students, younger, there's teachers and shit. We won round 1. It was so loud. Round 2 we lost pretty quickly, and I was like, okay, this is it. If we beat 6A, this day is going in the fucking books. Round 3 was so hard. It's like one side pulls in, the other, but I just felt like they were getting exhausted. They were getting scared and nervous to lose to us, to the class that really, I would say overall, disliked and hated the most by teachers and people in general. We had a few very annoying motherfuckers. And yeah, we won round 3. It was insane. And the fucking audience and the others who were not participating, they broke the sound barrier. They had to have, because the atmosphere was so loud. All I could hear is their screams but in a way that the fucking echoes of the walls, they barely even work. Meaning, I didn't even hear that. Like, all of the people screaming sounded like one, which was so insane. And I mean, okay, so then we basically had to go against 6C. If we lose to them, then we're all tied, because, well, 6A is not losing to 6C. What was weird is round one is like, okay, we're pulling, we lose. Wait, what? And I felt something was off, because ain't no way they're much stronger than 6A in comparison. And I wasn't wrong. Some of our girls noticed that 6C had one extra person pulling the rope. Maybe they did it on purpose, maybe they forgot the rules, I don't know, but the win was awarded to us. And the round 2 wasn't even close. Like, we pulled, and we fucking won 2-0 that bitch. We won basically first place out of 6 years. That was insane. I will never forget that. In terms of like basketball competition, in 5th grade we did bad, in 6th grade we did bad. Like, as a team we do not do good, and I'm kind of glad they did not make any more basketball competitions, but oh well. There's a bit more about sports I could tell, but that's basically the main things. 6th grade was, yeah, it was like that. And I think that was also the year where I beat 2 of my classmates by myself. And also I have a and there was like a basketball practice where you could just like come by on Tuesdays after the classes and just kind of hoop. It's not a serious thing. We just kind of like come out and shoot. Once I had a 4th grader on my team, and we went against 2 of my classmates. I was giving him passes, he was scoring. He made a few mistakes, but like, he's a little kid, it's fine. We won. Now my classmate, one of them is a bit problematic. He's annoying sometimes. So what happened was, he said, look, there's 5 extras seconds, if we score, we win. Now I already considered, okay, the match is over, we never talked about this, but this is like for fun, and they somehow score. Okay, yeah, you won. And then I was like, okay, like, for fun, give us extra 5 seconds, and if we score, we win. And it's like, I didn't score, whoa, they won. No, they didn't. They lost to me and a 4th grader. Bro, you can't make that shit up. Anyway, 7th grade. That wasn't something I really much remember of. It was sort of as wild as 6, but I don't remember much. I only remember around March, when, of course, COVID started.
lockdown, we finished the year off, and it's like whatever, whatever. Um, I, yeah, my laptop's hard drive crashed, and I didn't get it fixed until late that summer for some reason. I don't know how I survived that on my phone only. Uh, the reason I'm saying that is because 8th grade was so weird. Okay, now we got chemistry. So 7th grade added physics. That was ass. Now we got chemistry. Okay, it started off wild. The teacher's a fucking bitch. Said like, well, if you don't do homework, you're getting a 2. Fuck you. And I somehow didn't answer one question. It's like, oh, you're gonna get a 2. You didn't do your homework. Like we talked about this last time. I don't think she gave me the 2. Good. Anyway, then the lockdown got extended for the rest of the year, the school year, and that was when, holy shit, my grades after the first semester went down. I'm talking like down to like 5.94. I gotta back up a bit, but all I did that year was just play video games from morning to late evening with my homie, and that was basically the whole 8th grade. I won't mention any other details, but yeah, that's about about middle school in general, as much as I can remember. Like I said, there are more things, but maybe for another video. So yeah, see ya. See ya.
Playlist cleared and ready for takeoff, driver.